Right now, there are two versions of you living in the future. Close your eyes for a second and really see them. 5 years from today, same name, same face, same starting point, but completely different lives. One of them wakes up in a place they once dreamed about. Confidence in their eyes, strength in their posture, control over their time, freedom in their decisions. The other version wakes up to the sound of an alarm they hate. Stress already sitting on their chest, bills waiting, regret whispering quietly in the background. Both versions are real. The only question is, which one are you building right now? Most people think the future is something that happens. They think success is an event, a lucky break, a connection, a miracle. But the truth is harder than that. The future is built in silence. It's built in the moments nobody applauds, nobody films, nobody posts. It's built when you decide what to do with your time. Every single day, life hands you invisible choices. Stay comfortable, or grow uncomfortable. Stay distracted, or stay disciplined. Blame, or build. These decisions don't feel dramatic. They feel small. Skipping the workout feels small. Watching another episode feels small. Postponing your idea feels small. But small decisions compound. And compound interest works for habits too. The version of you that struggles in 5 years didn't choose failure overnight. They chose comfort repeatedly. They chose easy repeatedly. They chose later repeatedly. Later becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. Next month becomes next year. And one day they look around and realize nothing changed. Not because they weren't capable, but because they never committed long enough. Now imagine the other version, the successful one. They didn't wake up special. They woke up disciplined. They didn't feel motivated every day. They just refused to quit. They felt fear. They felt doubt. They felt exhaustion. But they acted anyway. That is the difference. Not talent. Not intelligence. Not background. Consistency. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 week and underestimate what they can do in 5 years. 5 years of reading daily. 5 years of skill building. 5 years of saving and investing. 5 years of disciplined habits. That's unstoppable. But the mind prefers instant results. You go to the gym for a week. No visible change. You quit. You work on a project for a month. No big results. You doubt. You save money for a few weeks. Still not rich. You spend it. The successful version of you understands something powerful. Results lag behind effort. The seed does not become a tree overnight. It grows underground first. Invisible growth. That's the stage where most people quit. They don't see progress, so they assume nothing is happening. But beneath the surface, roots are forming. Skills are forming. Discipline is forming. Identity is forming. The struggling version of you focuses on feelings. I don't feel like it. The successful version focuses on standards. I said I would, so I will. Standards create identity. If you keep promises to yourself, you start seeing yourself differently. You stop saying, I'm trying. You start saying, this is who I am. And identity is powerful. Because once you see yourself as disciplined, as focused, as someone who executes, your behavior follows. The failing version negotiates with themselves. Just today. Just this once. I'll start tomorrow. The successful version removes negotiation. They decide once, and then they follow through. Look at your daily routine. Be honest. If you repeat today for 5 years, where will it lead? That's not dramatic. That's math. If you repeat distraction for 5 years, you build mediocrity. If you repeat discipline for 5 years, you build mastery. Mastery attracts money. Mastery attracts opportunities. Mastery attracts freedom. Freedom is the real luxury. Not the car, not the watch, not the penthouse. Freedom to choose how you spend your time. Freedom to say no. Freedom to walk away. Freedom to build on your own terms. And that freedom is earned quietly. The version of you that wins in 5 years understands sacrifice. They sacrifice short-term pleasure for long-term power. They sacrifice being understood for being successful. They sacrifice temporary comfort for permanent confidence. Confidence is not born from positive thinking. It is born from kept promises. Every time you do what you said you would do, you build self-trust. Self-trust builds confidence. Confidence builds bold action. Bold action builds opportunity. Opportunity builds wealth. It's a chain reaction, but it starts with one decision. Today, right now. You don't need to transform your entire life tonight. You need to choose one difficult thing and commit. Wake up earlier. Turn off distractions. Start the project. Learn the skill. Train your body. Save the money. And repeat them. The future version of you is not asking for perfection. They're asking for consistency. They're asking you not to give up. Because 5 years will pass anyway. Time is moving whether you act or not. So the real question is not, will 5 years pass? The question is, who will you become in those 5 years? One version of you will say, I'm glad I didn't quit. The other will say, I wish I started sooner. Regret is heavier than discipline. Discipline is painful in the moment. Regret is painful for a lifetime. When you feel resistance, remember this. That resistance is the doorway. Everything valuable sits behind effort. Everything average sits behind comfort. You are not stuck. You are not behind. You are one decision away from changing your direction. And direction matters more than speed. Even slow progress in the right direction beats fast movement in the wrong one. So today, when comfort whispers, when excuses appear, when doubt shows up, picture both versions of yourself, the one who thanks you and the one who wishes you were stronger, and choose. Because your future is not random. It is responding to your daily habits. 5 years from now, you will meet the version of yourself you are creating today. Make sure they are proud of you.